Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I'm late today. Holy cow. I am late today, but I did work on my paintings yesterday. I have some landscapes kind of in progress, but these are close to done, I think. And yeah, I've been having fun just puttering on them. Luckily, nobody minds that I take over the table for weeks at a time. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. You're crooked. You may be not even able to tell that. I'm wearing my garden gate that Megan made me for Christmas a couple years ago that I love. It's short sleeve, so it's a not too chilly sweater to wear, but when I wear it, sadly, I'm wearing it now with a turtleneck because it's a little going to be too chilly to wear it without. But it's so soft and squishy that it's too bad it's not next to my skin. But you know, you can't have everything, and I can wear it when it's warmer. Good morning. It is a dreary rainy day again today. We did walk the dogs yesterday, but we, were the only people in the park. We didn't see a car, a person, nobody. It wasn't raining too hard. It started raining a little harder as we were driving home, so we got in there just in the nick of time. And, we have weather appropriate clothes to wear, and the dogs don't care, which I talked about yesterday. So as you saw, I've been puttering on my paintings, and yeah, and it's so funny because it is. Leslie described it a little bit like when you have a jigsaw puzzle going. You just stop by and you put a couple pieces in, and then you go on with your day, and you come back and put a couple pieces in, and and that's how I've been doing my painting. Just like, well, which means that all the layers dry in between and stuff. So that's really, I mean, when I was down here making our coffee and tea this morning, I sat down and I did a little on the landscape, and now it's dry. So I can come back and do a little more if I so feel like it. But I'm pretty happy with how the flowers turned out. We'll see if Christy likes any of them, if she thinks any of them will be nice in one of her little, picture frames for her art truck. If not, they'll be cute little note cards or, whatever. And I'll scan them so I can turn them into bigger note cards if I want to. I'm planning on having a set of flower note cards. In fact, I'm going to need to start writing more notes because I have way more cards than I have people to send them to. Oh well. Meanwhile, so I did not knit yesterday, and I did not wear my paint patch yesterday. My arm was a little sore last night. In the middle of the night, I could feel it, and today I feel it, and it feels a little bit more like the tendons than the muscle soreness. So I think I might put my tape on that Susan recommended, if it doesn't start feeling better soon. So I haven't been knitting the last couple days. I do expect to do some knitting and some stitching when Christy's here. Although when I think about our schedule, I mean, we're not going to have any day where we're just sitting there stitching all day and talking and just hanging. There's no hanging around day because she doesn't get in till Saturday evening. Sunday is family day to celebrate my birthday. I don't know if I mentioned it to you or not, but it's my 70th birthday, which I have to tell you is kind of freaking me out. I think the last time I got this freaked out was when I turned 32. 32, that 30, you turn 30, people freak out. Well, 32 was my year. And I don't remember being this sort of discombobulated by my age since then. Maybe 40. I don't even remember. But I'm being a little discombobulated by my birthday. You know, it's like, you know, as one of my children pointed out, it means you're old. I mean, being old is a good thing. And you know, I was thinking about it, and Aura's 93. When I'm Aura's age, my Isabel's going to be 33 years old. So, you know, she's 10. So, you know, you got to put things in perspective. But yeah, for some reason, 70 is striking me in a way that mostly my birthdays don't. I certainly don't picture myself 70. Although having the gray hair these days, you know, goes a little way towards that. But my inner person is just, you know, my inner person used to be 38, was 38 for a long time. Now she's 45. My inner person is 25 years behind the times. Anyway, I'm sure, you know, today's 70 is, you know, was, you know, 70 is the new 40. I don't know. Anyway, it's bothering me more than I like, because it's a ridiculous thing to be bothered by. I mean, you know, then there's a part of me that's glorying in it, you know. I mean, I never thought I would die young. There's no reason for me to have thought that I would die young, obviously. Both of my parents are still alive in their 90s. Well, my mother's parents died young, 60s. But my father's side of the family lived very long lives. Anyway, so it never occurred to me that I would die young. But when I was a kid, I never thought past 46. You know, when I pictured myself old, 46. And that was because I turned 46 in the year 2000. And so when you're a kid in the 60s and the 70s, and you're like, oh, you know, in the year 2000 was going to be sort of this big event, which it did, it was and wasn't. You know, in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be 46. Anyway, enough about my age. But anyway, my birthday's coming. Well, and I'm very reminded about it because my high school class had their 50th high school reunion 2 years ago. And people really enjoyed it. Now, I did not go to the dinner because it was held indoors. And so I didn't go. But I went to the picnic and saw people. And it was really nice. And it was fun. And I went and hung out with my friend Kim, who lives in Florida now. She's coming up for it. And anyway, they've decided that they like the partying and they want to do it more often than just every 5 years. And so they've decided to have a 70th birthday party for the class in June. So I was just, you know, reading emails and writing an email about that this morning. And so, you know, partly why it's really on my mind. But anyway, I'm inquiring if they're having any part of the dinner. It's a buffet, stand around dinner, drinks kind of a thing. And I'm inquiring if the venue has a terrace or a patio or something where I could go masked and get my food and my drinks and go outside and still participate in the party without being inside, because I'm not going to go to an indoor only event. But I'll be there for the weekend. I'll hang out with my friend Kim. She'll probably go to the party. But my parents are there, and it's on Father's Day weekend, so you know. Either way, I'm going to the weekend. I'll meet up with people in, you know, outdoor restaurants and things like that I'm more comfortable going to. But this little piece of my lipstick is bugging me. Anyway, so that's what made me really think about right this minute, you know, my birthday, which is Monday, by the way, just to be clear. My birthday's on Monday. So you only have a few more days for this, and then it'll, you know, hopefully it'll be done. Oh, but anyway, so Sunday, the kids are coming. Kim might come for a little while to have a birthday celebration with the family because my birthday's on Monday, which is not a convenient day. So we'll have people here all day partying and playing games and such. Gonna have to clear off the table, obviously, but the maids come on Friday, so I have to clear it off anyway. And then on Monday, Christy has some museums in Philadelphia that she wants to go to. So she's taking me for a birthday museuming day. And so we're going to go to the Mutter Museum, which is a really interesting museum. There was Dr. Mutter, I don't remember his first name, who was quite a character and prominent physician in the 1800s. I think it was the 1800s, before the advent of anesthesia. And he was very skilled in surgery in that he was able to do his surgeries very, very quickly, which is something you're looking for in the age before anesthesia. But he collected all kinds of stuff. And there's a museum of all the things he collected. He collected tools. He collected body parts. He collected, I don't even know. I'll tell you all about it after we go. But it's very famous. Mutter, I think, museum in Philadelphia. It's part of like the Jefferson Hospital complex or something like that. Pennsylvania, whatever. So we're going to that on Monday. And Christy also wants to go to the Franklin Institute, which is, you know, which is famous in museum in Philadelphia. It's a museum of culture and science. I forget what it is. It's not called that, but you know what I mean. So we're going to do a museuming day, and so we shall see how that turns out. She wants to take me out to lunch, which is making me a little stressed because it's not warm enough to really eat outside, and it's going to be a very unpleasant day. So we'll have to see what I do, but she can have lunch, and I can, I don't usually eat lunch anyway, so we'll see what happens there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And then on Tuesday, we're driving up to State College for her to visit with her grandparents. Dennis came down. You can hear the squeaking as Pearl's trying to get him to. And then Tuesday night, she's driving down to stay with her father and stepmother for a day and a half or 2 days. So we won't be having any days where we're sitting around stitching, but we'll have a few evenings. Saturday, we could do a little stitching. Sunday night, when everybody goes home, we can be stitching. So, and Monday night, after we get back from Philadelphia. So we'll have some stitching time. I am going to be working on my dragon. Somebody posted a picture of their dragon, their temperature dragon, that they had been stitching. I guess somebody I follow on Instagram. It looks so good. She's like, oh, I'm in March. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not even done with January. But it looks like a dragon. Has both of the eyes in. And so anyway, I'm excited. I really do want to catch up on my dragon and then start being better about it because I love the dragon. In fact, I had some idea that I might want to try to do a painting based on Christie's design for the dragon. I think that would be fun. What do you think? That's what I think. Anyway, so that's it. I've yammered on about nothing. I'm going to be making millionaire shortbread cookies today. Dennis found the recipe. It's a keto recipe online. A woman, a video of a woman making it. It's no bake and it looks easy, but she didn't have a recipe, so I had to watch it again and take down notes. And but Aura was there looking. I said, "Oh, I think I'll make that." Oh yes, make that. She was very excited. So I might do that today. That's what I'm thinking. But I also, one of these days, have to go shopping because I want to make a key lime pie for my birthday pie. And I have to go to Wegmans to get the key limes. So I need to do that shortly anyway. So a few things to do before Sunday. But meanwhile, I'm going to go so Pearl and Dennis can play squeaky without interfering with anything. And Dennis is going to want to make his coffee shortly, and it makes noise. So he's being nice and not doing it while I'm talking. So I'm going to say goodbye. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane.